We will make revision first in our previous lecture. We talked the previous lecture about introduction for BIM and level of detail, project interface, application menu, templates, and we talked also about, we opened advanced sample projects, and we talked a little about the ribbon and some toolbars. We will make speed revision about the last lecture. Okay, first, if we want to open advanced sample project or sample projects, if we want to open advanced sample project, we remember we are going to click on application menu. Okay, wait a moment please. Okay, first we will go to application menu and we will click on open sample files, and we will select from here RME advanced sample project. Okay, the first step is going to the application menu, and we will click on application menu, open, and select advanced sample project. And this is the internal interface for Revit MEP. This window is for modeling area. Okay, this modeling area we talked about the previous lecture, and this window is for the project browser. We are making from here browsing for our projects from this view or this window. Okay, we can select from here floor plans level 1 or level 2. So when we select level 2 HVAC plan from here from project browser, it will change to give us level 1 2D HVAC plan. Okay, and so on. Okay, so I can change or browse our project from here 2D or 3D, legend schedules for PQ and quantities, panel schedules. I can browse all these from this window. Okay, and this is for properties. It will give us the properties for this view, or it could be changed to give us properties for any task or any tool from here. If I select, for example, duct from here, it will give me properties for duct. If I want to skip this task, I will click on skip or double click on modify from here. Okay, so when we select from here, for example, cable tray, so this window it will give me properties for cable tray. It will give me the size for cable tray. Offset, we will talk about this later. What is the meaning of offset? I'm talking now about this window. This window, it gives us information and details about the selected or a task that I am opening right now. If I skip from here, I didn't select anything, it will give us so we finished talking about the properties, the project browser, and the modeling area, and we talked about this toolbar from here. When we selected from systems tab, it gives us the tools and the families. We will select from here, or we will choose from here to work or to create. For example, if we are going to create HVAC systems, so we will use these tools for duct placeholder, flexible duct, air terminals, and this is for mechanical equipments, chiller, air handling unit, AC unit, and this is for firefighting, plumbing networks. And from here, starting from here, we will start the tools and the families for electrical. If we are going to create cable tray system, so we will use cable tray from here. If we are going to use conduits, so we will select or choose conduit from here, and so on. These are devices for electrical. Also, we can get from here light current system, for example, fire alarm, communication, electrical fixture, electrical sockets, and we get here lighting switches, and this is lighting fixtures with all types of lighting fixture. So this tab is systems, is for creating mechanical and electrical systems. So we understand that this tab is for MEP systems. When we are going to create MEP systems later, so we will use this tab, systems tab, okay? Next tab is insert. If we are going to insert, if we are going to create new project or working in a new project, so we will need the architectural model. Sure, okay? So if we are going to insert architectural model, structural model, any type of model that we will work or we will create MEP systems on it, so we will use this tab. It's called link Revit. And we talked about this, why it's link, why we didn't get the link Revit model, the original Revit model, and work on it. We talked about this the previous lecture. So the link Revit model, it will be as a reference. I work on it as a reference. I will not work on the original file for architectural Revit. Next, it's some extensions I can use such as link IFC issued for construction extensions. If I want to create or link CAD drawing and work on it as building Revit model, new Revit model, I can use link CAD, and we will explain this later in next lectures. DWF is for markup and revision, okay? Manage link, I can through this tab, I can manage all link I can created before. Import CAD, it's the opposite of link CAD. In this case, when we are clicking or choosing import CAD, so I create the original file, original AutoCAD file. It is not link. There is a difference between import and link. Import CAD, so I will get the same file, the same AutoCAD file that I will create or I will use. It will be the original file. For example,
copy or
it could be copy or it could be original. It's the same, but it is not link. So there is a difference here. Import CAD, it's I am working on the original file. I am not getting link or xref from this file. Okay. Import GBXML. What is the meaning of GBXML? GBXML is extension for some softwares, calculation software, such as Dialex. Dialex is using GBXML extensions. Hab and the Carrier for HVAC calculations, they are using also GBXML files. Okay, and we talked about this the previous lecture. When we are going to make spaces and calculation, we will explain this in detail. Okay. Load family. Load family, we are using load family when we are going to open the library, Revit library, and borrowing or we are inserting new families from the library. For example, if I am going to use mechanical equipment or panel schedule, and I didn't get from here the suitable panel or suitable equipment, I have from here something called Revit library. What's the meaning of Revit library? Revit library is library for all families, for all disciplines and all data I could need to create my MEP systems in our project. For example, if I want to create chiller system for HVAC, so I will click on mechanical, MEP, waterside components, chillers, and I will select from here the requested family. I can choose from here, for example, this family, M scrolled chiller air cooled, and this is the range for kilowatt. The cooling is 211 to 422 kilowatt. So this is library for many families. I can use this library when I request, or if I require to create new system and it does not exist in our project library. So I need to create, or I need to insert new family from Revit MEP library. Okay, understand this? Now, so we know that we can use this Revit library when we are going to create new system, or when it's required to create new family that doesn't exist from the project library. Okay. Next tab is annotate, and this tab, we are using this tab when we are going to create dimensions, text, and some tags. For example, this is called tag. This tag is for size of duct. This tag is size for duct. This tag, it is not text. Revit can create this tag automatically according to the specification of this duct. I delete this tag and I will click on or choose this duct, and I will read the details for this duct. This duct size is width is 250 and height is 250. Already when we are created this duct, so we selected this size for width and height. When you are going to put tag for this duct, it will automatically know. Now I will put this tag. This tag is POD. What is meaning of POD? POD is shortcut for bottom of duct. The distance from the bottom of duct to the finished floor level is 2925 millimeter, approximately 2.9 meter. I can change the type of this tag from bottom to be duct size. Revit automatically know that the duct size here is 250 multiple 250, or width and height is 250. So there is a big difference here between Revit and AutoCAD. AutoCAD, you need to put the text according to your knowledge. But in Revit will put something called tag. Tag, it will put the tag according to the details and the properties of this element. Okay, understand this? Also, there is a big difference between there is something also called offset. What is the meaning of offset? There is number here called offset, 3050 millimeter. What is the meaning of offset? To understand offset, we will get section here. This is section. I will delete and I will make it again to explain to you how to make section. First, to make section in this model, I will go to the upper toolbar from here and I will click on this icon. It's called section from here, and I will make section here from this point by click on mouse, and I will define the second point to here. There is something also called the range of your section. It's the dotted line from here. This dot line is the range for your section. I don't want to view all this range, so I will click on this arrow and I will drag to here. I want to take section in this area only. Then to go to view or go to this section, to open this section, I will double click on the head of this arrow from here. Double click here. I will stand my mouse here and double click. Now I am inside the section. I told you before in the previous lecture, when you get the detail of the duct to be single line, not double line. So your detail level have 3 options. This is the lowest level of detail, squares, it will give you single line. If you choose fine, the highest level of detail, it will give you the double line and all details of the duct. Okay, this is our duct. The section, it takes section in your model, all your model. This is level 1 for your building. This is level 2. We are opening our, we was in level 2. This is level 2 and this is level 3. From where I know this is level 1? From here. This is the beginning. The architect put this level here to define the level number from here and level 2 and so on. I selected this duct. This duct offset is 3050 millimeter. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of 3050 millimeter offset? It's meaning that the distance from the middle, this is the middle of the duct, the distance from the middle of the duct to the level that defined by the architect is what? 3050. The distance between the middle of the duct to the architect level that defined by architect is 3050 millimeter. Okay, let's take another example. This lighting fixture. This lighting fixture, it doesn't have offset. It's have elevation. What is the difference between offset and elevation? This lighting fixture is hosted on the ceiling. It is not, it is rigid or fixed to the ceiling. But the duct is not rigid to the ceiling. The duct, I can move it up and down. Up and down. So if the tool that you are moving is fixed like the lighting fixture, so it will take elevation. But if it is free to move like the duct or the pipe or the cable tray or anything, so it will take offset.
طب يا هندسه قبل شوي انت قلت بناخذ ال طب يا باشمهندس انت الان بال
we take an idea about the tags and tag by category, and we will explain all the steps in detail in the next lecture. We only take overview for Revit and some options. Okay. Okay, we talked the last lecture about if you want to view our model in 3D view. If we want to open 3D view, we can select 3D view from here, from view tab, from view tab we can select from view tab 3D view from here by click on 3D view. So we will open 3D view from here, and we talked if you want to orbit our model, so we will select from here something called full navigation wheel. We will go to this arrow and click on full navigation wheel. This is the full navigation wheel. If you want to orbit our model, so we will click on orbit and click continuously on mouse and move the mouse right. Okay, moving the mouse anywhere, so you are making now orbit around your model. Okay, something else we talked about is the pivot. There is something in the center of the model, it's green, called pivot. This pivot is the center of the orbit around the model. If we want to change the center when we are making orbit around the model, if we want to change the center, so we can click on center and changing the center and put it anywhere we want to orbit around. So I will put this orbit here. So when we orbit, so we will orbit around the new center. The new center here is different location. Its previous location was here, but we move the center to be here in this location. So we can control the center of orbit. From here we can change the center of our orbit and click on orbit and rotate around or orbit around our model. Okay. The another options, it will be related to something called the camera. We will talk about this right now. If you are in 2D, for example, I will open from here level 2 HVAC plan or level 1. Okay, level 1. I will open level 1. And I want to take snapshot or camera shot here or something called the perspective view. I want to take perspective view in this place. What is the meaning of perspective view? To explain this, I will click on 3D view and choose from here camera option. Camera option. I will select this option and I will stand here by mouse, click on this point, and I will move with the mouse to the view that I want to show in our perspective view or camera view. I will click again here, the second point by mouse. Automatically, it will open to me this view. This view is from inside, it's 3D view from inside our building. I can control from this point the size of our camera view. From here, I can control طيب. Now we enter the 3D view camera. If you want to navigate through our model through this camera perspective view, before this I controlled the size of our camera view or 3D camera view from here, from these points. Okay. Next, I will increase the detail and I will increase the graphic display option from here. I will choose realistic to give some colors for our 3D view camera, and I explained before in detail the graphic display option. If you didn't attend the first lecture, you can get the videos and know from it in detail the explanation of graphic display option. And I will change from here the discipline to be architectural, because I want, or I will select, I will select coordination. What is the difference between coordination and architecture? Architecture will focus in architecture only, but coordination will give us detail for all disciplines. Okay. Now, I changed from here the graphic display properties to be realistic. Okay. And I will navigate through our model using full navigation wheel from here that I talked before 5 minutes about. It's the full navigation wheel. I will select and I will use this command. It's called look. Using this command, you can look anywhere by moving your mouse. This is the command called look. Also, you can select any tool and read the details for it, the elevation for this. It's 100 watt to 277 volt, and if we select this duct, it will give you the size, the width and height for this duct, the offset of this duct, and the type of this duct. Also, you can walk through your model by using this command, walk, by using mouse. I didn't use any keyboard, I am using mouse only, using this option called walk. Also, I can use up and down command from here. When we select this command, I can go up the next level from here. Okay, as I am using elevator. Okay, and look again. So this is very important option when you want to navigate through your model, or you want to get a perspective view for if you have any problem in your model, you can get perspective view and check this problem. Okay. The next command we will talk about, it's called walkthrough. Through this option, we can make simulation, or we can make something called camera snapshot. It's many frames of camera, and we will combine these frames to give us something called walkthrough video. How we can use this command walkthrough? By going to the first point for the first frame, we will select the command walkthrough, and we will put frames using this option by the mouse. Each point, each frame, it will define the speed of your walkthrough or your video. I approximately made 8 points. So this points 8 frames. I will make from this 8 frames a video. I will combine these frames and I will make video. This is the offset. The offset, it's meaning the distance for your eye, the real view for the normal person. I will finish walkthrough, and I will click on edit walkthrough. If I want to play these frames, these are frames. Okay, if I want to begin from the first frame, so I will put the number here to be 1. Okay, frame number 1. And I will click here on open walkthrough. Again, the same steps that we made before, I will choose from here what? Coordination. And from here I will choose realistic. Then you can play from here by click on play. So, but it is not smart to open doors and not to hit windows and the glasses. It's only about the frames. It will play the frames that you put. You can use this for presentation, for the client in meetings. It will be very useful in these cases. ماشي يا هندسة. انا عامة الموضوع مش مرهق بالنسبة لي. لو انت عايز تكمل عادي، انا كده كده بشرح على فكرة للناس برضو هنا بالعربي عادي. يعني الموضوع مش هيبقى مرهق عليا. انا المحاضرة اللي فاتت برضو على فكرة شرحت بالعربي والانجليزي. يعني انت متخيل ان انا بشرحش بالعربي؟ لا، انا بشرح على فكرة بالعربي برضو. الناس بتحتاج ان انا اشرح لهم تاني بالعربي. فعايز تكمل عادي، انا كده كده اشرح بالعربي يعني. مش كلنا بيرفكت في الانجليش يعني مش مهندس. حتى انا ذات نفسي مش بيرفكت في الانجليش، بس احنا بنحاول نقول يعني حاجة مبسطة وبنعيدها تاني بالعربي يعني. العفو يا باشمهندس. اوكي تمام. Okay, we talked the last lecture or the previous lecture about very important task or very important option called electrical setting. Did you remember the electrical setting, the voltage definition and distribution that we made the last lecture? Anyone remember this? Okay. For example, I want to add voltage definitions. So the first step is click on add and put here. If I want, for example, 220 volts, so I will put here 220, and the value will be 220 also. The minimum to be 210. The maximum it will be 230. Okay. حلو. I will add the next voltage for distribution.
سمحت يا باشمهندس.
طيب اتفضل. طيب the value for 380 it will be 380 volt. The minimum tell me the minimum. You I will put the minimum what? I will put 360. It's okay or not? No? Okay. The minimum for 380 will be 380.
تبدا من عند الاول خالص عند النيم يبقى 400.
ايه؟ اتفضل يا باشمهندس اهو سامعين.
بنتكلم على الديزاين هيبقى 400.
We'll put 380 volt, minimum 360 and maximum it will be 400. Okay. And we are going to add or create the distribution system. The distribution system will be 380 over 220 volt, 3 phase, 4 wires, line to line. I will select 380 and line to ground it will be 220. Okay. After I finish the distribution system and I created the distribution system that I will choose for our panels, electrical panels, I will click on OK. Okay. Okay. Now we take overview for we revised the previous lecture and we take overview about Revit MEP software. Now the next step, we will know about how we can create cable trays, conduits, and some tools and some electrical families in new project before we can create architectural link model and working in the normal procedure for any Revit MEP project. So we will close this sample. This sample we used only for making overview for Revit MEP software. All the explanation for all tabs we will talk about in detail later. So we will close this window. And we will, not opening, we will create new project from here. We will click on new and we will choose here electrical default metric template. And we talked about how we can create this template or choose this template before. I will revise it again. How we can put the electrical default metric template here. Anyone remembers this? Yes. File. Yes. Options. File locations. Okay. And from here, from this green value plus, I will click on it. Okay. And I will go to program data in C. C drive, program data. This is the location. Program data is the location for the files that downloaded with the software. Any software will, its file will be downloaded in the program data. So I will click on C and I will choose program data. If program data is not shown in your PC, so you need to show it from Windows settings or Windows option, show hidden files. Click on program data. Then I will choose Autodesk softwares and programs from here. Next, I will select the version of our Revit software, Revit 2018. I will choose next templates, US Imperial and US Metric, and we talked about this before. This is the metric is the SI units and Imperial is the British units. I will select SI units. Then I will select electrical default metric, and for your information we have also here something called system default metric. It will give you all the option and properties for electrical and mechanical. Okay, system, it has multiple options for electrical and mechanical. If you are going to work electrical systems and mechanical systems in the same project, you can use system default metric. Okay, if you are going to work in mechanical, you can use mechanical default
System
متر.
default metric general for all.
general for two system MEP systems general.
مالوش دعوة بالستراكشر.
No, structure is separate. Structure is separate template. Okay. So I can choose also system default metric. So I have now electrical default metric and system default metric. So when we click OK, it will give us also system default metric. I can click on template from here directly. It will open new project with electrical default metric, or I can use this second way. I can use from here and choose electrical default metric. Okay. Now I have here two options: create new project or project template. What is the difference between create new project or selecting project template? Create new project, if you are going to create new project and creating system, electrical system, and the normal project as AutoCAD. But if you will choose project template, the difference will be that you will get this template that is called electrical default metric, and you will make edit in this template. What is the meaning of making edit in this template? For example, if you are mega company or a big company and you want to make some edit in this template to be saved as Dar al Handasa or ECG template, the company name template will be different than the standard template of Revit. In the logo of the sheets, the naming of the sheets, some options in this template, it will be changed to be suitable or proper with the company. Okay, we will talk about this later, but it's this overview for the difference between create new project or create new project template. Now we want to create new project. We will not use this project template right now. I will click on OK. I don't have project here or sample project like the previous projects that we opened before. I will create from here, from Systems tab, I will select Cable Tray. Cable Tray, it's have some options and properties like width and height. I can change or select from here the requested or the required width from here and requested height from here. It's according to many requirements like cable sizes and how many. If you want to change the size or the units for your cable trays, you can change the size of any cable trays, conduits, any system or any tool from your Revit for Revit MEP. From Manage tab, Project Units from here, you can change the length. For example, I can change the length from millimeters to be inches. For example, fractional inches or decimal inches. Okay. And click OK, and so on, area, volume, angle. But there is another option in project units. For example, from Manage tab, Project Units. Okay.
Again, please.
Manage tab. Okay. So I can choose from here decimal inches. I have another options from here. For example, if I am going to choose electrical, you have here also some units for electrical and some units for electrical discipline. For example, you can put the cable tray size with decimal inches and select from common to be millimeters. Understand this? What is the meaning of this? The length, for example, the length for this cable tray will be 10 meters, but the size for the cable tray will be with inches. Understand this? Okay? Also,
لا.
ماشي. لا لسه هم بريك على 8. طب ماشي خلاص. حاضر. طيب. عينيا. طيب. So I will continue. This is the cable tray size. I will select from here the cable tray size. It's the same options if you remember for the duct. The same options I have here something called horizontal justification and vertical justification. What's the meaning of this? And what is the meaning of changing in the vertical justification and the horizontal justification? To know this, I will create using this option vertical justification middle and horizontal justification center. I will create the cable tray with this width and height and this offset. This offset, if you understand the explanation for the offset that I explained before, what is the meaning of this number 2750 millimeter?
The height between finish floor level of arch and
yes, it's the distance, right? It's the distance between the cable tray from the middle to the level of the architect. The level is created here or put here. It's level 1. It's wrote here level 1. So this is this number is the distance between the reference level 1 and the middle of the cable tray. Let's see it, make example, and we will make section and know this in detail. I will create cable tray here, okay, by using mouse, and the cable tray, when I finished, there is a warning message here. What is this message? What does this message tell me? This message tell me none of the created elements are visible in floor plan lighting view. You may want to check the active views. Okay. This cable tray, it's meaning that this cable tray is hidden. It's not showing. Did you remember the visibility and the graphics options that we talked about the previous lecture? No one remembered. Yeah. Okay. We will explain it again. We talked the previous lecture about something called visibility and graphics. When we going to view tab and click on something called visibility and graphics. Did you remember this view?
Yes.
This view, we are controlling from here the visibility and the graphics for these categories. For these categories. The families are categories here in something called model categories. So if we are going to search, we are searching for what? We are made cable tray. So I will choose from here something called filter list. This is called filter list. The electrical is not showing. I will check this box to show the electrical discipline or electrical categories or electrical model, and I will click and check on this box that called cable trays and cable tray fitting. Again, I will go to view tab and click on visibility and the graphics. What is the meaning of visibility and the graphics? Visibility, you are controlling the visibility of your categories or your models or your families from here, from this view. Okay? So I want to show electrical discipline. So I will click on this filter list. This is the down toolbar. I will choose from here, check box on electrical. I will check on electrical. I will put mark here on electrical.
طب بس مهندس مش ممكن.
طيب. We will.
ايوه انا visibility and graphics انا ما فتحتها.
Okay, something else, when we are creating our cable tray in the lighting floor plan, normally it will not be shown. Why it will not be shown in the lighting? Because the visibility and the graphics, for the lighting plans will hide the cable trays. For example, if we create the cable tray here, if we created the cable tray here and it doesn't show, or it will be hidden in the lighting, but if you are going to open power plans, it will be shown here, because the visibility and the graphics here in the power plans is selected to be shown, but in the lighting plans, the visibility and the graphics, it is selected to be hidden. The box is unchecked. Okay, so there is a difference between using visibility and the graphics with power plans and the visibility and the graphics with lighting plans. Okay. Returning back to the cable trays and the powers, we will continue here in power. This cable tray, we controlled the size from here 450 and the height is 150. If we get section here, in this place, we get section. To measure the offset for this cable tray is 2750 millimeter, right? If we enter this section, and we will control the points for this section, open by using mouse. This cable tray is single line. Why? I explained this many times before. Why cable tray is single line? تعرف إنه. No, detail level. Detail level is coarse. I need to change the detail level to be highest level is fine. So the cable tray will be double line from here or from here. I can choose from here or from here. Okay? Okay. So I need to measure the offset for this cable tray. Cable tray justification is from middle and the offset is 2750. So I need to measure from what place. I will define the first point to measure from it. I want to measure from where? From the middle, from the center, right? To the level. This is the level from the architect. This is the level from the architect. Or from template, to be more accurate, or from template, because there is no architect model here. We didn't put any architect model. يعني this step we didn't reach. But this template, to make these floor plans, he need to put these levels here. He need to put these levels here, so you can create this cable trays. If there is no any reference level here, you can create this cable tray? No, you can't create this cable tray if there is no any levels. You must create any levels so you can able to create cable tray duct any discipline or work any create system. Okay. Okay. I will return back to the 2D plan. If you want to work in multiple 2D and 3D in the same time, I will tell you how to do this right now. I will go to View tab, and click on Tile Windows. This option is called Tile Windows. It will be icon with two windows like this. I'm standing with mouse right now on it. Okay. I will click on Tile Windows. Now, Tile Windows, it's something like Windows, show windows side by side in Windows. It's near to the same option in the Windows. Okay. So, I want these two views only. So I will minimize this. I will minimize the third window and I will click again on Tile Windows. So I minimize one window and click again in Tile Windows to give me this multiple windows. Okay. Now I am working in 2D and section in the same time. If I want to work in 2D and section and 3D, three windows at the same time, so I will go to 3D view from here, this icon, 3D view. Okay, I will click on this and I will click on Tile Windows again. So I am working now in 2D, section, and 3D. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Now, I have this cable tray. I will reduce the size of this cable tray, the width of this cable tray. This called horizontal justification. If I reduce the size from center to be, for example, 225, I will take another cable tray and reduce it from the center. If you choose this option from the center, so it will make angle from two ways or two sides. It will make angle from two sides, okay? As you see here in the 3D view, okay? But if I check this cable tray and I changed the horizontal justification to be right, and I am going to draw the same cable tray from this side. What is the difference here? The difference here from right only. This is cable tray is straight from the right side and the angle is from the left side. Left side is sloped or make angle in the left side. Side view A. هو right sorry right is the angle and the left is constant, okay? And if you select the left, the opposite, if you select from here the horizontal justification to be left, so the left will be angle and the right will be constant, okay? When we can use this option, when we need to do this option, there is a need to do this option when you are working in the false ceiling and you have a narrow place for your cable tray, or you have a defined place for your cable tray and you want to make constant side beside the wall and the reducing from the another side, okay? So there is need for this option when you have defined place, or you are making shop drawing, or you making construction or installation for cable tray in the site, and you have a narrow place and you want to make constant side for the cable tray beside the wall and reducing the angle from the other side. Okay, understand this? Okay. Okay, we will continue. So we explained the horizontal justification. What is the meaning of vertical justification? The vertical justification is for the height. It will change in the height of the cable tray. For example, I will make cable tray CT. I will type CT in the keyboard, and I will choose here the vertical justification to be from top. Vertical justification to be from top, okay? And I will create a cable tray with height 225, okay? And I will reduce or decrease the height to be, for example, 150. What is the change here, or what is the difference here in this area? Let's take view. This is our cable tray. What is the change here, or what is the change in our cable tray here? The change in our cable tray, okay? Yes, the top is constant and the reducing is from bottom. Okay? This reducer is this side from the top is fixed, and from the bottom the reducing is making angle like this, And the bottom, if we choose the bottom will be constant, and the top will be reduced from the top. Okay. No, the offset is according to the vertical. I am understanding you. For example, this cable tray, its vertical justification from where? From top, right? So the offset, when you are measuring the offset, you will measure from where? From top. This, I get the point from top to be 2750. بس هو لسه ما سمعش بس هنا، بس يعني الفكرة هو قايسها، هو مازال قايسها. يعني لو جينا رسمنا عملنا كده، look here, this cable tray is 2750. The vertical justification, no, this is middle. I don't want it to be middle. Eh? No, I don't want this. Wait seconds. اوكي، هو برضه ليه مصمم يعملها ميدل ليه ابن الذين ده؟ Okay, let's continue our lecture today. There is another option for cable tray. One of this option is, it's called fittings. To change or create the fittings for our cable tray, we are going to change this. From this icon we are going to click on edit type. Edit type will give us the properties for the cable tray. These are the fittings for our cable tray. For example, this is the horizontal bend. What is the meaning of horizontal bend? Vertical inside bend, outside bend. The bend, if I'm going to make elbow for this cable tray, this is called horizontal bend. You are going to make curve in your cable tray, or you are going to make angle. Okay. So this is horizontal bend. Okay. Let's return back to the fittings for our cable tray. This is, you can from here select the vertical inside bend, the vertical outside bend. Okay, how we can select from this drop down, how we can select this families? The software will read these families according to your load from here. If you are going to insert, load family, cable tray, fittings. All these are fittings for our cable tray, right? If we load these cable trays from here and click open, it's already downloaded in our project. So if we are going to load it again, so it will give you a message, override the existing version, because it's existing in your project. Okay, so we will cancel because it's already in our project. If it is not in our project, I give you the way how you can create it or load it to your project. Once it downloaded or loaded for your project, you can select from here your horizontal bend, vertical, the T. We all know the T. What's the meaning of T? T, it's connection. If you have, this is called T. When you get from the middle of your main another branch, it will make this fitting, it's called T. Okay, this fitting is called T. Why Revit did this shape here? The Revit did this shape here because the offset for this cable tray is different than this is, what is this number? 2750. And what is the offset here? 2657. What's the Revit do here? The Revit doing, no, it's changing in the offset of the cable tray, changing of the height. For example, I'm going to make another cable tray and I put here the number to be 3000. What is the shape the Revit are going to do? There is a difference here in height. So there is a vertical inside and outside bend. This is called inside bend because the bend is from inside, and this is from outside. This is outside bend. For example, if you have
ماشي اوكي خلاص ده
اوكي
جديد، انما انا ممكن اصلا لو ريزلت اصلا كله على طول.
يعني في احيانا
معلش يا باشمهندس.
يا باشمهندس
بعد اذنك يا باشمهندس.
بعد اذنك يا باشمهندس بس اضافه لو ممكن.
طيب let's continue. We were talking about the cable trays fittings, okay, and we talked about the T cross T. We all know the definition or the what is the meaning of T and what is the meaning of cross, okay, and the transition is the reducers and the union, okay. We will transfer now to talk about conduits. From here, from System tab, from Conduit, it's saving reminder. We talked about this before. If we wanted to make saving, I'm just saving our project so we can continue in other lectures. I will come here. I will select. Okay, before because I forget something very important in cable trays. And no one asked me about this. There is a lot of types for cable trays. There is ladder cable tray and many types of cable tray. This type of cable tray is called this is a channel cable tray. And this is another cable tray. The another types we can select from here. By selecting cable tray, I can select from here ladder cable tray, solid bottom cable tray, and wire mesh cable tray. And this is true cable tray. When we select ladder cable tray, it's the same. It's already have width and height. I can create our cable tray with this shape. It already has the same options for. It already has the same options for the channel cable tray. If we want to see the ladder cable tray with all detail or the highest detail, I changed the level of detail to be fine. So I can, by review, I can see the difference between the ladder cable tray and the channel cable tray and so on. Okay. I will delete this and I will go to create conduits, and we will know more about conduits. We have here a lot of conduits. We have here this type is conduit with fittings, and this is conduit without fittings. If we are going to use this type is rigid non-metallic conduit, schedule 40, okay, we will select this type. The conduit is different, or is the same as the pipe in the mechanical. It's already has diameter. And also it has offset the same. we can come here and create our conduit with this shape. Okay.
Non-metallic and plastic.
Non-metallic. Oh. Okay. This conduit is diameter is 53. If we want to know the fittings and we can select the fittings for this conduit, we can click on edit type. You have here your bend is conduit elbow without fittings, RNC, rigid non-metallic conduit. The T and the cross transition and union can select all from here. And this is the standard. You have standard 40, you have standard 80, you have another standards. If you want to know the inlet diameter and outer diameter and nominal diameter for your conduit and know some options and information we didn't talk about it for the cable trays, we will go to Manage tab, and from here electrical settings, we will select from here something called cable tray settings. This is some options for, this is the X is for the size separator. The size separator is the height and width. When you are reading height and width in your project, height and width, between them it's X multiple or X. It's separate between height and width. Okay. Also you have here the annotation size for your cable tray size. It's a 3 size, 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 5 millimeter. It is not very important. We want to select, this is a single line. Single line, if you are going with your cable tray in a shaft, so you will make something called riser. So rise simple in your plan, you can select from here. This will be indication for your rise symbol of your cable tray in your plan. Okay. For example, let's make this. We will select this symbol. This symbol is cross, right? I will come here for this cable tray. This is conduit. I will make cable tray. This is our cable tray. I will make rise in a shaft. This X symbol is the same symbol that we selected here. It's the same symbol that we selected here. Cross. Cross. Okay? Understand this? Okay. Fine. Electrical settings. If we check, because I made rise. Rise, if you have shaft, you are in second floor, and you are going to the roof, or you are coming from the roof to the second floor. You are make drop or rise. Drop in the shaft or rise in the shaft, right? The indication in your plan, when you are printing your plan, your drawing, you need to put symbol for rise or drop. Okay? This symbol, you can select from here. You can select this symbol from here. You are coming here, I will change it to be backslash. It's a symbol. Just symbol. Okay? It will be changed to be the same that I selected here. Backslash. Okay? But it will be viewed when you select this level of detail quartz. It will not be showed when you selected fine level of detail. Okay? Okay. Let's back again to electrical settings. Two line, if you want to show this symbol for two line, not quartz, fine. When you are selecting fine, I will select backslash. So there is single line and double line. In single line, it will give you this shape, and double line it will give, because I selected the same shape. If I change it, it will give me another shape. Understand? Okay. I'm going to talk about conduit settings. This is the same single line and double line for conduit, and symbols for rise and drop. I want to talk here, it's something very important about the size. I am using in our project rigid non-metallic conduit schedule 40. You have here the table for all sizes available for your if you want to create a conduit. This is the available size for you here. If you want new size, to create new size, so for example, I want to make 12 millimeter. So the 12 millimeter, so I want to get from schedule 40 the inside diameter, outside diameter, and the minimum bend radius. This data you will not put it. You are getting from the schedules, standards, and something like this. But you need to create it in Revit software. Okay. So I will create the new size. So now I created new size for our conduits. Okay. So this is our conduits, and this is our fittings. I can make, what is the shortcut for conduit? CL. I can make elbow here, so it will make its elbow, conduit elbow. I can also make T. Okay, so it makes junction box. This is junction box, conduit junction box. It's T. It's from PVC. Okay, and so on. Now I overviewed the cable trays and the conduits because it's very important when we are coming to create new project. So we will need to know about how we can create cable trays and conduits. Now we will transfer to something very important. I will create the architectural model that we will work in it or creating on it the electrical systems. Okay, the first step to insert the Revit architectural model is by going to insert tab, okay, and click on link Revit and click on link Revit. We will use a sample project also for architecture from Autodesk sample that is already downloaded with any software from Autodesk Revit 2018 by going to C drive, program files, Autodesk Revit 2018 because I'm working in the version 2018, samples, and I will select this. This is arc link model. And I will select the positioning O2 origin to origin. Why I selected origin to origin? In the past when we are working in AutoCAD, if we want to make copy from drawing to another drawing, so we are getting reference 000. What is the meaning of 000? Yes, it's meaning that you are getting this element from X and Y and Z from 0 and 0 and 0 from this drawing to the same point in the other drawing. So you can paste the same element to the same position in the other drawing, right? The same here. You are getting your link. Your architecture link will be created here. The architectural was working in the same view, but he was working in his coordinates in X, Y, and Z for the architectural. You want to work in the same coordinates for the architectural. So when you are coming to insert the architectural link model, so you need to get the same coordinates and the same points for the architecture to work in it in your electrical setting and your electrical systems. So we will select the positioning, go to origin, and we will click open. Now we created the architectural link model. And why it is link? Because it's a reference. As we see right now, it's something like a reference. I can't edit on it. It's all about, it's like an image. It's example, it's not image, but it's like an image. It's a reference for you to work in it. Okay? So now, the first that we insert link Revit and getting the architectural link model and selected the positioning auto origin to origin. Second step. The second step is to load the levels for the architecture. If you come here in the section, this is the section or this is elevation for your building, you will see here that you have entry level, second floor, third floor, and roof and parapet. Okay? But you here don't have these levels. These levels is not created here. Okay? So the next step is to create these levels here so you can create your systems on it. Right? The next step is to create these levels here so you can work your electrical settings on it. Okay? How we can create these levels? By going to view tab, plan views, floor plan, you will not get any levels here. You will not get any levels here. Why? Because I told you this is like a reference. If you want to use any levels or any elements from this link, so you need to copy it from the architectural. To understand, I will make the example right now beside you and you will understand this. This is a link, right? I can't control these levels, but I can control this level. This level is the old level for the electrical template. It is not right and it is not the same for the architectural level, right? It is not the same for architectural level. This is the level for the architect. And this is another level. It's already downloaded and created by electrical templates that we created before and that we opened before. It's like roughly. It is not related to architectural link model. So, again, this level is related to the electrical template. Because if you don't have this if you don't have this level here, the electrical template couldn't create this floor plans for you. Okay? So, but now you have here levels for the architect, and there is a difference. This level is mistake because it's related to the electrical old template. So now we don't need this level. We will make copy. We will make copy from the level of the architect. And why we are going to make copy from the architectural levels? Because we are making copy from the architectural levels because if architect going to make any editing, any modification, any movement in his levels, so our levels will be changed and will be edited according to this change. If there is no link and if I didn't get copy from the levels of the architect, so any changing, any editing in the architect model will not reflected in our project. Okay? So, now I will delete level 2 for electrical template. You couldn't delete any levels related to architecture. Okay? You have here another level also related to the electrical template, but you can't delete it. Why you can't delete it? Because it's the latest level. The latest level here in the project browser, if you delete this level, the project browser, all this will be deleted also. Right or wrong? So you will lose the arrangement and the categories of the electrical power, lighting, light current. So you can't delete this level 1 until you copy the levels for the architecture. Okay? You can't delete this level until you created or you make copy for the architectural levels. Okay? We are going now to make copy for the architectural levels. So we are going to make copy from the architect by going to collaborate, copy monitor command, you have here two options. Use current project if you have the architect in your project, and the other option is select link if you already have link or has link in your project. We already have architectural link, so we are going to choose the next type is select link. So we will select link from here, okay, and I will control the points. I will come here in this position, collaborate, copy monitor, select link, and I will select link. How we can select link? We can select link by selecting when the blue rectangular is showing like this. When the blue rectangular showing like this, you can click on mouse and the command will be activated. But I will cancel. If you select link and the blue rectangular is not shown, if you click, the command will not be activated. So you need to select link when the blue rectangle is showing from the link like this. Okay.
blue rectangle activation.
Okay. When you click on mouse, your command will be activated. Okay. So we want to make copy. So we will select copy and check a box for multiple. Why multiple? Because we want to copy multiple levels. So we will select multiple because it's already more than one level. Okay. And I will make selection with mouse by click on the left tab or the left button in mouse and make selection with this, with the mouse, with this rectangular or box. Now I selected the levels. Okay. I want to confirm that I selected only the levels, because I can select another tools that is no need for me to copy it, or another tool that I don't want to copy. Okay. So I have here option called filter selection. What is the meaning of filter selection? From this option you can filter your selection by click on check none and select only the options and the levels that you want to make copy. So I will select levels here. When I select levels and uncheck the improper and that the tools or the elements that I don't want to copy, the Revit automatically will select only the levels. Okay. After I finish selecting these levels, I will click on finish. And I will return back to click on finish again. Okay. Now I copied the levels.
هو ايه القفل اللي طلعه؟
القفل ده؟ القفل ده معناه
كان الصندوق بتاعه.
So now I copied our levels from the architect levels. Okay.
كده انت جبت ليفل جديد بقى. صح؟
No, I copied levels from the architect levels.
يعني كده.
It's not new level. It's the same level for the architects.
يعني ده الريفرنس بتاعك.
Yes.
بس.
Okay. Now I will return back to view tab from here and select or click on plan views, floor plan, to create our plans here to the project browser. I want to select all these levels, so I will click on shift and select the last level. Okay. Then I will click on edit type, and I will get here something called view template. What is the meaning of view template? I will click on this to explain what is the meaning of view template. View template, it's the same as project template, but it's for the view. For example, if I have building has 4 floors. Okay, the building has 4 floors. This building, I will make 4 plans for power, 4 plans for light current, 4 plans for lighting. And I will make visibility and the graphics. I will edit and I will create visibility and the graphics for each floor. The same. I will make visibility and the graphics for first floor, the same as second floor, the same as third floor, the same as fourth floor. Because the power here is the same here, is the same here, is the same here, right? Power plans or lighting plans. Cable trays. Okay. Okay, so because I want to reduce the time and I want to reduce the effort, so Revit made to us something called view template. What is the meaning of view template? You will make visibility and the graphics for one floor plan, and you will save this settings for this floor plan in something called view template. And when you are going to work on the second floor or the third floor, you just only activate your view template with the saved options on it, so it will be activated and give you the same options and settings that it's already saved on this template. So the view template here, it have some properties and some settings. These properties and settings, when you edit or modify, it will be activated or it will be saved in this electrical plan. So when you are going to activate this view template in any other floor plans, it will be created with the same settings and information that already saved in the properties of this view template. Okay. Okay. So let's view here the properties for the view template. Some of the properties for the view template, so you can save here the visibility and the graphics for this electrical plan. Also, you can classify this view template to more than view template. For example, I can duplicate this electrical plan to be one for lighting plan and one for light current plan. And this will be power plan. So I have here power plan, lighting, I would like current plan, lighting plan. Each plan or each view template from this will has some information and some data different than other view templates. For example, I have here power plan. Power plan, in the view properties of the power plan, I will select this box is for visibility and the graphics. In visibility and the graphics options for power plan, I will show cable trays and I will hide ducts, I will show electrical equipments, and I will hide any other disciplines that is not necessary to show in power plans. Okay. But in lighting plan, I will edit visibility and the graphics. I will hide cable trays if it is not necessary to show cable trays, and I will show lighting devices, lighting fixture. I can also hide electrical equipment. If I want some electrical fixture, it is necessary to show some electrical fixtures, so I will let it check or be activated. And I can hide fire alarm devices. So this option is for visibility and graphics for lighting plan view template. And the last is for light current plan For like current plan, the same. I will select visibility and the graphics model categories. I will hide cable trays. I will hide electrical equipment, electric fixtures. I will select fire alarm devices. I will deselect or hide lighting devices, lighting fixtures. I will select security devices. Okay. So now I created view properties and view option for each view template according to the system that will be created. Okay. Another options in view template or view properties is visibility and the graphics for annotation. What is the meaning of annotation? Annotation is tags that will be used in creating the text dimension for the selected discipline or selected system. So if I'm working now in light current plan, so there is no need for cable trays, for air terminals. I can, if I have a lot of boxes, it's checked like this, I can select this box or this icon called none. Select them all, and select them all and uncheck all boxes. And select from here, and select from here the required tags for our discipline. I want fire alarm devices. I want fire alarm devices. Tags. I want also nurse call devices. Security devices, telephone devices, maybe wire tags. Okay. So I selected here the tags that is suitable with light current plans view template. Okay. Also I can from here, it's very important options that if I don't want the view template to activate some options that I want to use according working in my project, such as view scale. View scale, if it is activated here in the view properties, it will unactivated here in the properties here and here. For example, I will select this view template as a power plan and all this box is checked like this. Okay, I will click OK. OK, and I will select all of these levels. Then I will click OK. Now these levels is created here. In power plans in electrical. If you selected the entry level, this is the entry level, and you are going to use scale or using level of detail, it will be unactivated. It will be unactivated. Why it's unactivated? Because in view template, when you made view template, you selected from here these options to be activated only in view template. Once it will be activated in view template, it will not be open for you to activate or to control through these steps. Okay, what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this, visibility and the graphics could be created or could be activated one time in the view templates, because there is no need to change in the visibility and the graphics while you are working in your project. But scale, you maybe need to change in scale, so you will uncheck box for this. And maybe you need to activate or you need to edit the detail level. And also you need to activate display model or graphic display options. It's graphic model display from here. So when you click OK, these options will be activated here. Like this. It will be activated here. So you can change and control from here. But if it is activated here, it will not be activated. You can't control from here. Okay? Understand this? So, what the question here? What I want to put it activate, and what there is no need to be activated. It's according to your needs. It's according to your needs. Level of detail, graphic display options, you need to control it while or when you are working in your project. So you can make it unactivated. Okay, and graphic display option is the model display. But visibility and the graphics, there is no need to edit or control it through when you are working, because you will make it one time. So it will be activated. When visibility and graphics is activated here, it will be available to edit here from here, right? Yes or no? Yes? No. It will not be activated. Why it will not be activated? It will be unactivated. Because you select to be activated in what? In the view template.